So I'll be sharing a little bit about a talk I had with my friend Muhammad, who I haven't seen in a long time. I hope he's well. He's a homeless man who lives in Prospect Park. Anyway, so he was saying taking my happiness makes someone feel less threatened. And teachers need to love what they're teaching. Saying no is the truest power we can self-access. And that one of the biggest elevators is the admission of being limited, a work in process. I'm perfectly perfect. The difference between friends and enemies is who's there at the peak of success and also who's there at the valley of despair. Rulers are not leaders. To effect change, the recipients have to be progressive and open to change. Sometimes all we have is our own interpretations. And then I went to a recovery meeting. I wanted to share some of the things I learned. This is also a couple years ago. To talk about my voice, why I'm hoarse, is that I'm hosting a friend for his birthday. He's not my friend in the way he treats me, which is a big issue. I forget that he has mental illness and loses control and goes into paranoid episodes. And I'll be just talking and he'll start saying very strange things or he's very disrespectful when he becomes that way. And he doesn't stop. So I try to get him to leave, but then he gets even more overwhelmed and activated. And so I have to raise my voice, and it becomes a cycle. So that's what's been going on for me today. That's why I'm leaving a video here at almost 2:30 a.m. So, but this time at least, in the past, I sort of hid the truth from him about how bad it was and how unpleasant the energy he was giving. Like, sometimes I tried to sugarcoat it, but then it ended up exploding. So now I realize I gotta be really upfront, fully 100% tell him, this is my space, this is my home, you're wearing my clothes, you're in my bed, you're eating my food, you're in my heat, you're in my aura, you're in my space, you're in my quiet. And when you call me names like devil and dirty, and those things stick. And then when your voice is a certain tone, it sounds demonic, and your face is contorting, and your eyes are shooting hateful energy. It's like I'm trying to teach him that it's antisocial, when all he's trying to say is he got embarrassed. He ends up hating me, trying to destroy me with his mind, and provoking and pushing and trying to make me feel bad. So I feel as humiliated as he decided he is being, forced to undergo. So anyway, now talking about my recovery meeting. Oh, and so I gave him an ultimatum, even though tomorrow's his birthday, and I invited him over Sunday night, and then he was here today. I gave him an ultimatum that, if he cannot be lowering his voice, talking gently, just being respectful, not over-talking me, letting me calm down, being slow, just learning how to be social, safe. When he gets triggered, learning how to feel it in his body. Sometimes it's a silent process. So if he could start practicing his healing and feeling his own self, then we could see how the week goes, and it could be a whole week, and it could be healing, everything. But it's not going to be any slacking, avoidance, So let's see. I really am rooting for him because I really love him and I want him to be happy. So yeah, anyway, I'll learn probably from this recovery meeting. I need it. Yeah, perfect. I'll share from this. Ugh. All right, happiness is not a moving target, and it's also not fun, adventure, pleasure. It's where we remove the conditions to our self-love, and we can handle this. This is something I can take care of myself in. I'm in a reality show, and God is the director, and, this is not my pain when tend and befriend, which is to try to take care of the other person, which I've just been talking about, kicks in because someone else loses control and expects me to solve their problems. So to be alive, useful in service, to generate light, self-control gives me energy. What I practice now invests in the future me, recognizing the pattern is existing finally beyond it. Delaying gratification now makes it easier later, and letting people get the duration of their role in my life as long as it is divinely ordained. All right, yes, okay. Reminders. I don't have to be the best. My gift is what I'm best at, with the least amount of effort. I can breathe in it. I can stay on track. Trusting the process is not taking it personally, not looking for validation of who I am. It means I can take what I want and leave the rest. Having boundaries means I can listen better, take care of myself first, which helps everyone, and not feeling guilty for being independent, resourceful, or self-sufficient. Injecting love is empowerment versus exploitable is when we have a weakness. When we inject love, we empower ourselves there versus so the victimizing is poor me, everyone wants from me but doesn't give, versus self-empowerment is being around people who are shedding their shame, their insecurity, and their fear, and willingly healing, working strength to grieve and believe in one's own enoughness, preparedness, and capabilities. Internal anger is hostage captor, not self-sufficiency, inferiority, superiority, hating my life, greedy, entitlement, fear, denial, resistance. Freeing my own self is seeing people clearly and kindly, enjoying my creation, kicking my own butt, compassion, connection, growing stronger and wiser, praying, feeling, surrendering. And I'd like to do a short practice of singing along. And I'm just gonna hum. I just see over here, "This Must Be the Place" by Talking Heads, and "Give Thanks and Praises." So, that's just Talking Heads. So just sing along. It's almost 5 minutes, and we'll just sing along with it. As we go along, bird in the sky, it's okay, I know nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong, when you're tired, oh, light in your eyes, you'll be fine, this is the time, buddy, the love, say goodnight, say goodnight. Is where I wanna be. Yes, I'm already there. Lifting up the wings. Guess this must be the place. I can tell one from another. You found me. There was a time before we were born. Someone else. This is where I'll be. Where I'll be. It's what you do. Love me till my heart stops.